Hugh, can you give us a name and maybe a price for this bundle, the sports bundle? Everyone's just asking that. $40, $50, call it Spike.
Yeah. No, we haven't come up with a name for it yet. You know, the focus when you do a three-way JV is on how do we make sure that we get the operating principles right so that the parties are aligned up front and they're aligned ongoing in delivering a great product to consumers. And that's the real focus here is how do we make it easier and reduce friction for the sports fan? So we're going to get to pricing shortly. We'll get to a name at some point, I'm sure. But what's most important is I think we're going to deliver a product that's going to make your life a whole lot better if you're a sports consumer.
Hugh, do you think that ultimately the idea of a bundle going back to the future and getting people with reduced friction to find their sports team and find the game that they want to watch is going to take eyeballs away from some of the other providers, the cable networks that have traditionally had these contracts? You're going to bid directly on some of these sports rights.
Well, I think it's going to be targeted more at people who either were never in the cable bundle or people who had already departed from the cable bundle. You know, at the margins, might there be a little bit of shifting? Yeah, there could be. But to tell you the truth, I don't think sports is going to be the reason that someone makes that shift all by itself. I think there are a lot of factors that weigh into that. From our perspective, we're focused on meeting the fan wherever they choose to be. I don't think we're motivating the fan to move, but if the fan does move, we want to be there because we want ESPN to be everywhere.
Hugh, we're super interested in how you're going to bid for those sporting rights. Do you think you might bid for them as a joint venture? How's this going to work in the months and years to come?
No, quite the opposite. We all will be bidding independently, and that's something that we're quite firm on, is that is not the purpose of the venture. The purpose of the venture is purely distribution. It's not about procurement of content. So we'll continue to compete with each other for sports rights, just as we always have. It'll actually, I think, be a great benefit to the league because it's no different in terms of the way we bid for sports rights. But that reduced friction benefits all of the leagues as well. So I think the leagues will actually be pretty optimistic about this.
There was some reporting yesterday that suggested the leagues weren't aware of this joint venture. Hugh, have you spoken to them?
I have not personally, but we certainly have as the Walt Disney Company. Candidly, when you're putting together a three-way JV and a three-way JV in the media business, trying to keep it private until you get the deal done is challenging enough. To involve more parties, frankly, just would have created, I think, too much risk. So we certainly let them know the moment that we announced it.